Colorado Cutthroats 3-4, taking on the Colorado Expos 1-6. Expos' only win this season was against the Cutthroats, first game of the season. And we have a play at the plate there, and the Cutthroats get Gavin out at home. 8-2. Nice play by John Holly, throwing it from center field. It is the 8-2 double play. Move along now to the bottom of the third. Joe Wertepny now up. He gets hit by the pitch or walked. Couldn't really tell. Gavin's now up. He gets hit by the pitch. 2 runners now on. And this ball's going to get by Newman. Both runners advance for Horn. Horn's 0 for 1 today. He's going to fly this one out to center field. Holly's going to make the catch. We don't have magic a second time. It's a sack. Fly RBI. Expos on the board first. 1-0. Jeremy Wertepny up. He's 0 for He is 0 for 0. He got hit in the first inning. And he's going to come through with a double here in the gap. Gavin comes around. He will score this time. Expos take the 2-0 lead. We had the top of the fourth. Newman up. He struck out his first at bat. This time it's going to be ruled an error by the third baseman, but he reaches. That brings up Reichelt. Reichelt got walked his first at bat. And he's going to get this one in the gap. Doesn't quite make the outfield, but it's good for a infield hit. That brings up a beta. He grounded to the pitcher his first at bat. And he's going to look at ball 4. So this loads the bases for Alex Scott. And Scott's going to get this one through the hole for the RBI single. 2-1. Fortunately, Cutthroats wouldn't score any of the other batters. We had the top of the fifth. Reichelt's now up to bat. Got 2 runners on. And he's going to hit this one up the middle. He's going to beat out the play. So it's going to be an RBI single. Another infield hit for Reichelt. The game's tied 2-2. We had the bottom of the 5th. Joe Wertepny up the middle. Reichelt bobbles it. Wertepny beats the throw out. It's going to be ruled an error on Reichelt at short. Gavin now up. And what a web gym there by Alex Scott at third base. A 5-3 diving putout for the first out of the inning. That brings up Horn. He's going to ground this to Reichelt. He's got it. They got Wertepny stuck in a pickle. And they're going to get him out for the second out of the inning. That brings up Jeremy Wertepny. Horn's going to move to second. And Wertepny gets his second hit of the game. Horn scores, taking the lead 3-2. Wertepny his second hit. That brings up Jeff Wertepny, and he hits this one to center field. Strong hit out there, but it's going to be brought in by Holly to end the inning. We head to the top of the 7th. Dan Smith is up. And he's going to get through with a base hit. One out now. Kyle Newman is up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And this ball is going to stay in the park. It's going to be caught by the first baseman for the second out of the inning. That brings up Reichelt. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. And he hits a little dinky down the right field line. No man's land. It's going to be another hit. His third hit of the game. Abeda up. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. But this ball is going to find the gap. Smith scores, making it 3-3. Ball gets by. Both runners advance. That brings up Alex Scott. 1 for 2 on the day. And he hits this one to the third baseman. It's going to be ruled a single. Reichelt scores. It's going to be an RBI single. We have the bottom of the 7th. And Gaverin's going to lead this inning off with a base hit. His second hit of the game. That brings up Horn. Horn's going to get his first hit of the game. Expos have 2 guys on here in the 7th inning. Jamie Rotepny up. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. And he hits this one deep in the right center gap. Hawley's got a beat on it. He jumps up and catches it. He kind of snow cones it. Nice play there by Hawley. One runner will advance to the tag. And that brings up Jeff Rotepny. He's 0 for 3. He's going to hit this one. It's going to stay in the field. It's going to be catched by the third baseman there, Alex Scott, for the second out of the inning. And then Leahy's going to come through with a base hit, so the Expos do score. Ties this game up 4-4. Nice RBI single by Leahy there. We had the top of the 9th. This game's all tied up. And Newman's going to start the inning off the walk. That brings up Reichelt. He's 3 for 3 at the walk. And this is going to be a hit to center field. Center fielder loses the ball. It's going to drop for a base hit. So Reichelt ends with a 4-hit game. That brings up Abeda. And he's going to slap this one by the shortstop gets it, but he doesn't have a play, so it's going to be a base hit. Alex Scott now up. He's got 2 hits today. And down the third base line, fair. Diving play can't be made. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. Cutthroats take the lead 6-4 in the 9th. Eric Songen up. And he's going to bunt this one back to the pitcher. Both runners are going to advance. So it's going to be a sacrifice bunt. First time the Cutthroats have done that in years. That brings up Mark Link. And he's going to get his first hit of the game. It's going to be a big one. As 2 more Cutthroats score, so the bunt pays off. Cutthroats take the 8-4 lead. And that's going to be it. 3 up, 3 down for the Expos in the 9th. They can't do anything. Cutthroats finally beat the Expos after the Expos have beat them 3 times in a row. Cutthroats 15 hits, Expos 7. No, let's see what. 4 errors for the Expos. 1 error for the Cutthroats. Batter stats. I don't know what I was looking at. We had 4 errors. Cutthroats had 4 errors. 4 errors to 4 errors. Oh no, 4 errors to 1 error. Let's see. 2 hits in the game for Gavern for the Expos. For the Cutthroats, 4 hits for Reichelt, 3 hits for Alex Scott, and 2 hits for John, Dan, and Joe. Pitching stats, Mark Link does not get the win, but he ends up pitching 7 innings. Kyle Newman comes in, pitches 2 innings to get the win. He gets no hits, no runs. He did strike out 4, and he only walked 1. Showing it's the loss for the Expos. And we'll see you next week.